single toughest, single elimination competition in all of sport. Each of them, they have won 4 times. Let us not forget that Georgetown barely got past SMU in its first game, 37-36. But since then, they have proved to be absolutely devastating. As for the Houston Cougars, of course, on Saturday in their semifinal game, they beat Virginia, but that contest went overtime before they could finally win it. These two teams present such a contrast in style. Houston does not have depth at all. In fact, 4 of their starting 5 men played the entire 45 minutes on Saturday against Virginia. Now look down at Georgetown, and you see a team coached by John Thompson that will go 9 and 10 players deep. In fact, 9 of the Hoyas played at least 11 minutes on Saturday afternoon against Joe B. Hall and the Kentucky Wildcats. So can Houston withstand the withering pressure, especially the defense that will be applied here by the Hoyas? Alvin Franklin, their sophomore guard, he indeed will be the key to this game, and I'm sure that the men who will call it for you will be telling you more about that. Plus, they will look in depth at these two teams. Let's go down to Gary Bender and Billy Packer. Gary?
Brett, thank you very much. He highlighted the 2 giants, Akeem and Pat Ewing. You want to talk about 2 guards. Gene Smith, his defensive genius, they just upturned that Kentucky team in the second half. And Alvin Franklin, the All-Southwest Conference performer, he's got to go against that pressure.
Well, Gene's defense is very offensive, particularly the guy that he's guarding. But Alvin Franklin, Gary, has the physical makeup to be able to withstand Gene Smith physically, which not many guys do. And the key for Franklin, he's got to take it right to him. He cannot be passive.
Let's look at 2 outstanding freshmen, power forwards. Rickie Winslow, who was the Southwest Conference Newcomer of the Year, and Michael Graham. What a job he did for Georgetown.
Well, you're talking about 2 great physical specimens right here. Winslow, coming right out of Houston, is a great jammer. Can go inside. And Michael Graham played one of the finest games I've ever seen a freshman have, considering the circumstances and what he did to Kentucky just last Saturday. He's a power player. He plays very aggressively. He asks for no quarter, and he gives none.
Okay, Billy. Summary statement. What's Houston got to do to win this game?
I think they can win the game in one way, Gary. There's a playground in Houston called Fondy. They throw the ball out and they go after each other. And that is the way Houston can win this game. Otherwise, to me, Georgetown has too many things they can throw at them. So if they play a playground game, they can win it.
Okay, let's go back to Brent.
Thank you, Gary. And so Guy Lewis brings his Cougars into a national championship play for the 5th time. That's how often he's reached the Final Four. Twice he has gone to the championship game, but he has yet to win it all. John Thompson, he comes here for the 2nd time. He lost in that heartbreaker to North Carolina 2 years ago. He badly wants to get to the summit and win tonight. Only one of these 2 men will go happy. We'll be back now in just a moment.
This ESPN Classic presentation is brought to you by Burger King, where you can have the delicious king of fries. Burger King, when you have it your way, it just tastes better.
Your way. It just tastes better.
Edgar and I have so much in common. It's like we were long-lost brothers.
We both have larger than average ears.
We both have pretty straight hair.
It's creepy.
And get this. We both love the taste of Miller Lite because of the choice hops. It's like we were separated at birth.
Actually, George, I think Miller Lite tastes great because it's smooth.
Excuse me?
I like the smoothness.
Who are you?
Miller Lite, the great taste of a true Pilsner beer.
You know, these days, lots of deodorants are talking antibacterial protection. It's not about that at all. It's about whose deodorant lasts longer. High endurance. Old Spice guarantees it. If you want odor protection that really lasts, High Endurance exceeds the need.
Enterprise rent-a-car for my trip? Looks expensive.
It's not expensive, Mom.
They pick us up? Sounds expensive.
Pickup's free, Mom.
Well, if it's not expensive, why didn't I get a convertible?
Pick Enterprise. We'll pick you up.
There was this mystical figure out there that everyone knew about, but no one could see.
Don't call me anything, just call me the doc.
From the University of Massachusetts, Julius the Doctor!
I don't anticipate having problems playing with any of the Neds. I think, you know, I can play basketball with anybody as long as our objectives are the same, and that is to win.
Julius Erving comes back to New York, his hometown, and wins the championship!
I would think that the ABA was the most special times.
He stepped on the floor and he had a flair about him.
And that's everyone, really. Julius Erving.
He made simple plays look spectacular.
You're watching Classic Madness on ESPN Classic.
Houston against Georgetown. Tonight's officials from the Wingate and Hutchinson, Kansas, Ron Spindler. Mike Tanko from Dallas, Texas, representing the Southwest Conference. The referee is Booker Turner from Los Angeles from the Pac-10. They received the honor to do this championship game. And here's the road to the championship by Houston. Louisiana Tech, Memphis State, Wake Forest, the overtime win Saturday over Virginia. And on the other hand, Georgetown, the scare against SMU. Impressive wins over Nevada, Las Vegas, Dayton, and of course the win against Kentucky. They may have to rejump it. Nope, they will not. Michael Young will come down with the ball.
Toss was thrown at a bad angle, Gary. When you've got two 7-footers, it makes it a little difficult for the officials to throw it up, but that was not a good toss.
Reed Geddes, who did not shoot well in the first game, he had 3 of 7, says, I must be ready to shoot outside. He's feeling much better. He's been under the weather due to an inflamed gum and tooth. Here he is from the corner. That's a good start for him.
Excellent start. Georgetown playing a little soft in their man-to-man defense. It was very easy for Young to go inside. And there's Houston in a 2-3 zone right off the bat.
Wingate, who had 11 points in that win over Kentucky. Red Brown, he comes in and sets a tempo for this team.
Nice pass by Patrick Ewing to the weak side. Jackson's the fellow they'd like to get that first shot if you're going to get a perimeter shot.
And he'll attempt it, and it's all tied up.
Here comes the press. A little bit soft at first. Georgetown has a tendency to want to go ahead and press you a little soft in the beginning and then clamp it on you later, much like UCLA used to do.
Wingate had the ball, but he had stepped out of bounds when he swiped it, so Houston has possession.
Nice pass by Winslow.
Michael Young. And Young, who's starting to shoot much better. He had 50% in that game against Virginia.
Gary, I think this is what Houston has to do early, is just to put the ball up and not be tentative at all.
Patrick Ewing, a high arch on the ball. Akeem jumps twice prematurely, and we're going to have a foul on Fred Brown of Georgetown.
See, Akeem really stayed patient in there. That ball was hitting the rim, and normally a big man has a tendency to go up and misjudge the tap, and he stayed right with it.
Akeem has been so much more intelligent about staying out of foul trouble, knowing when to jump. There is Dalton. I believe he reached across, so they'll inbounds again. He reached across. You cannot interfere with the ball until it is inbounds, and Geddes will reset it again.
Dalton really provides some problems thrown over it. They're taking it right to Patrick Ewing.
Akeem wanted to go in. He elected not to. Alvin Franklin out to Geddes. Michael Young will attempt again. Ewing was in his face, but made no difference.
Now, Michael Young is 6'7", so when Patrick comes out, it's not like he's a little guard out there. He can shoot over it.
Boy, that has to be encouraging to Guy Lewis to see Young hit his first 2 shots. 6-2, the Cougars with the lead.
Zone back in pretty far. They're inside the foul line.
Steal by Young, the senior. The Southwest Conference's leading scorer gets it off to Geddes, and what a start here by Houston.
Excellent job by Georgetown, though, going from offense to defense. They had 3 men back waiting on him.
Guy Lewis hopes the 3rd time as a charm in the championship, and Young is sizzling.
He is a streak shooter, Gary. He's had some problems early in the year. I mean, later in the playoffs here, but he is a streak shooter, and when he starts bailing it out, nobody in the country can shoot better from the wings.
8-2, Houston with the advantage. like to shoot from outside. Dalton, a complete role player. He has size and bulk inside.
You can see Houston's not even playing Brown when he has the ball in his possession.
There's a nice reach in defensively by Young, and then Franklin trying to come over and help commit some personal foul. And here comes Michael Graham into the ball game. After 50, Dalton will check out, and Graham had 8 points, 6 rebounds, and 3 blocked shots in that win over Kentucky.
Balanced up very nicely with Patrick Ewing. And what was interesting, Bill Martin, who's been playing so well in the playoffs, hardly got any action at all on Saturday. Good fake.
He took Akeem up. Graham tries to foul on the leading rebounder in the nation. Has one.
Great rebound by Akeem. He really had Winslow breaking long, but he saved the ball. He didn't want to go on that fast break opportunity.
Here's Guinness. He hit his first shot from there. Houston is playing remarkably well.
It's not exactly playground, but they are putting the ball up quickly, and that's an excellent sign if you're Guy Lewis. No hesitancy at all.
Houston is 5 of 5 from the field. Michael Jackson. Michael Graham scores. Jackson, who had 3 assists Saturday, and that's a big assist to get him started. 10-4. And Winslow was in trouble, got it to Akeem.
I really credit Guy Lewis for having a game plan to go right at Georgetown. There's nothing passive at all about his offensive game plan, and that's what he needs.
Jackson from outside. That cuts it to 6 at the 15:56 mark. Jackson with 4 points. He'll inbounds again.
Other things also helps Houston is Reed Guinness. He's a 6'7" guard. Can throw over presses, and it's very helpful because then you don't have to go ahead and dribble through all the time.
Alvin Franklin in that first game had 6 points, did not shoot well. He was 2 of 7. He and Geddes must have the outside shooting, and they have had it, Billy.
They are burning it. So far, Georgetown is really not aggressively getting in the face of the good shooters. Franklin and Young particularly.
7 of 7 now for Houston.
See that Brown being no offensive threat whatsoever allows Houston to play 5 men on 4.
And it goes to Pat Ewing, to Wingate, and Young was pushed out of there by Brown, and Brown will get the bottle shot. Guy Lewis is up. He wanted the foul.
He deserved the foul there because without question, Young got pushed right off the court.
Franklin doing a good job of breaking the pressure. Brown reached in, though, bounded it away. Here comes Jackson.
Beautiful pass.
Goaltending on Winslow.
Great pass by Jackson. He looked one way and fed it on the bounce. Just absolutely perfect. Good hands by Wingate.
And this game off to a very exciting start with 14:45 left in the first half. Houston with a 14-8 lead.
You're watching Classic Madness on ESPN Classic.
The NCAA thanks its corporate partners who dedicate financial resources, talent, and expertise to help emphasize the vital role intercollegiate athletics plays in society and in the overall development of student athletes. The support of higher education by these outstanding corporate citizens also provides funding for NCAA youth programs and NCAA championships. The NCAA and its corporate partners, together building a better experience for our student athletes.
Hey! No, down here! Instead of running out for stamps, shouldn't you be running your business? Imagine a simpler way. Get the personal post office from Pitney Bowes. Send mail without ever going out for stamps. Just weigh, punch in the postage, and voila! Professionally metered mail and no wasted postage. You can also add a personal message to get your mail noticed. And postage refills by phone in 30 seconds, day or night. Now listen up, because here's what you'll get. Besides a lot more time.
You'll get the personal post office and money-saving electronic scale.
So there's no wasted postage.
For a 90-day free trial.
Free is good.
You'll also get the mail marketer software.
Create really nifty direct mail to help your business grow.
Call now for your 90-day free trial, and you'll also get our mail marketer software absolutely free.
Now I'll watch your business grow. Hey, I look good in red.
Call now and get all this for a 90-day free trial.
The personal post office, mailing made simple.
You don't get in this kind of shape running on a treadmill. You do it with strength exercise, and I do it with the Bowflex. You know, if you're not working out with strength training right now, you need to. Because if you want to lose weight, you got to add the muscle, and that's why you need a Bowflex machine. It's like nothing else you've ever tried before. We've got over 60 exercises you can do on a Bowflex. You're never going to get bored. You can do a full workout in 20 minutes on a Bowflex machine. You're not going to believe how effective Bowflex is the first time you get on it. Bowflex may look a little different, but that's because we designed it to function correctly. Bowflex uses power rod resistance. Bowflex power rods are so effective that Bowflex guarantees results in 6 weeks or your money back. Try going to the gym and getting a guarantee on results. You won't find it. If you call and get our free videotape, you're going to see an effective workout and see how easy and quick and fun working out with Bowflex is.
You can see the time. Westberg, it's a long way.
This is ESPN Classic.
Well, here you're going to see things get started a little early. Reed Geddes pushing back. Graham gives none and asks for none, and neither did Reed Geddes on that one.
That's to be expected in this game. Franklin drives between them, and a foul will go on Michael Graham.
And Gary, that's what Alvin Franklin can do that not many guards can do in the country. He is so powerfully built like a fullback. He went right through a double team. Normally, when Georgetown has you hung up in a double team, you just can't force your way through.
Well, Franklin was an outstanding football player in high school, so the man that lost 10 pounds still has the bulk and strength, as you mentioned. Houston, 7 of 7 from the field. Georgetown, 5 of 9, a 4-point lead for the Cougars.
Man-to-man defense now by Georgetown.
Akeem had it batted away. Winslow will challenge Ewing, but he walked to the ball.
They give Patrick Ewing a credit for a block shot, although it won't show up that way statistically. Winslow knew he was there.
Second turnover now against Houston.
That's the first time Georgetown looked a little bit more aggressive in it man-to-man.
Reggie Williams, number 24, a freshman, is checked in for John Thompson's team. Ewing, 3 men around him, and we're going to have a foul. Going to go on Reed Geddes, reaching in.
I believe they're going to call on Akeem, Gary.
Are they? Okay, yep. Akeem with his first.
Now, you'll see the shot coming up right here. Nice catch by Ewing. Winslow got away with one reaching in, and there was Akeem, got a little bit of the elbow on the play. Touch foul.
Now this year, Akeem has fouled out of all games on 8 occasions. 4 times he's had 4 fouls, but that was earlier in the year, Billy. He's been able now to do a much better job staying out of foul difficulty.
Well, you notice he had his hands straight up, so it was a good move by Akeem defensively. Just got caught with a touch.
Pat Ewing, his first point of the game.
This is one statistic that Patrick Ewing has a considerable margin over Akeem Olajuwon, and that's on the free throw line.
He's shooting 65. On the other hand, Akeem is shooting 53%.
In the lane a little early.
Georgetown now has scored 6 straight points, and they've cut it to 2.
Now, the ball club on the court right now is probably the best team that John Thompson can put on the floor offensively. Push.
That'll be on Jackson, and they were jockeying for position, and that intimidation by Georgetown, they're getting themselves some fouls.
Houston's setting up very well, though, against that press. Michael Young came right down the pipe to catch that ball. So far, I don't think they've been intimidated and taken out of their strategy.
13 foul now against the Hoyas.
Straight man-to-man now. Everybody picking up somebody, and
Michael Young shooting so well. That time he hurried the shot. Winslow almost dribbled the ball, and he did. He traveled with it.
What's interesting on that matchup, it's Graham going against Akeem Olajuwon, not Patrick Ewing. So John Thompson saying, hey, I'm not going to get Akeem in, I'm not going to allow Akeem to get my man in foul trouble right off the bat.
That last shot by Young was their first missed field goal of this ball game. I think they're shooting that well, Billy, but only leading by 2 points.
A very dangerous offensive club on the floor now for Georgetown, because Williams and Wingate can score, and so can Jackson.
Michael Graham, and he's called for charging. That's his second personal foul, 4th team foul against Georgetown.
Got to question the offensive move by Graham here. With so many good offensive players on the floor, his job's to rebound and play defense, and he didn't need to go in there. And see Akeem get a piece of that. So both coaches are protecting their big men in different ways. Houston by playing the zone, and Georgetown by playing someone else on the key offensive player.
Ooh, that was a tough catch that time by Young, almost stolen. Geddes, who was 3rd in the nation, mounting the ball, and here comes Franklin.
Jackson is not Smith, but Franklin handling pretty well.
Winslow and Ewing came out on the block. Reggie Williams, that's goaltending. Winslow up again.
Winslow would have been smart to let that one alone. Akeem tells him just to relax a little bit. Now, what happened right there? Winslow obviously not very used to having a guy like Akeem to come out and challenge his jump shot, or have Ewing come out and challenge his jump shot. So now we're seeing on the pressure that Georgetown plays right now, man-to-man. Ewing's back in his safety, but then they'll switch men when they get to the other end of the court.
Now coming in is Bill Martin and Morris Broadnax. Broadnax is number 32 on Alvin Franklin. So Georgetown, after trailing by 8, has tied it up. 8 straight unanswered points until that play.
There was a case where Ewing tried to help out. Nobody up on Akeem at all. Good pass.
4 points for the Giants, the All-American. 16-14, Houston with the lead.
Bill Martin, a better scorer on the inside. He's got a nice-looking jump shot. Everybody out there is a good shooter.
Broadnax not able to get it. Ewing is there and very nicely puts it back up. He has 4 points. It's tied up.
Georgetown gives you so many different types of pressure. You have Bill Martin playing Getty. Pretty good size matchup there.
Geddes that time handling it well.
And now we've got Ewing on Olajuwon on the other end.
Franklin, that's a play he likes. He's so strong. The hang time. Winslow to Akeem.
Fade away. He did not take it out, Patrick Ewing. He tried to fade away.
And Winslow wanted to shoot it, but thought better of it because Patrick was there. Here's Wingate at the other end. And for the first time in this game, Georgetown has taken the lead, 18-16.
What they're also doing, Gary, they're starting to put a little pressure on defensively in the full court press, taking Houston out of the opportunity to go straight at the basket early.
Michael Young started him out so well.
See if Houston tries to go to Akeem with Patrick Ewing on him. Here comes Akeem across the lane.
And Ewing commits the foul.
Excellent move, but I don't know how long John Thompson can afford to go. Now, he'll work the referees a little bit. You see Akeem's going to try to go for position. Patrick Ewing's going to try to stop him from coming across the lane. Now he goes. He breaks the lane. Patrick Ewing holds him with his arm.
Now, Ewing, as far as his foul-out situation is concerned, he's fouled out of only 2 games this year.
Houston wanting to go for the lob.
There's Michael Young, changed shot because of Ewing. Georgetown by 2. Patrick quickly down at the other end.
He can run the length of the court. He and Olajuwon are amazing how they get up down the court.
Reggie Williams, Ewing to follow. 6 points for Pat Ewing.
Very difficult to block out in the zone defense because you have assigned areas and not a man. And so far, Houston not doing a good job blocking out.
After this outstanding start by Houston, Georgetown has come back now to take a 4-point lead. And Franklin after the ball, Broadnax with a good defense.
Steve Geddes made fake him out. He actually was going to be there in a forward position, but he went back door just as Franklin picked up his dribble.
Guy Lewis, his 3rd year at the Final Four, 2nd consecutive year to be in the championship game. Wingate gets down. Akeem had a hand on it, but Georgetown able to come up with it.
The zone is not doing a good job off the board. Georgetown getting 2-shot opportunities. There's another one.
This time Winslow and Wingate battle, and Franklin will have it. Wide open, Geddes.
We saw Reed Geddes have his only dunk of the year in the Virginia game. Any other player in the Houston team would have flushed that one.
20-18. They cut the Hoyas' lead to 2.
Give Franklin some credit for realizing that Geddes was wide open on the other end of the court.
This Georgetown team, you're talking about rebounding. They've out-rebounded most teams by about 10 per game. Broadnax. Coaches tell me they have a battle as to whether Jackson or Broadnax is a better outside shooter on the team.
Well, fortunately for John Thompson, he just waits each game to see which one has the hot hand.
Yes. And that'll be a foul on Michael Young, I believe. Yes.
Foul on Young. A very smart play by Young, and a smart play also by Patrick Ewing. Watch this. Young realizes that he's going to challenge Ewing, and Ewing really did a very, very smart move right there. Drawing the charge as opposed to going up for the block.
And Young a little shaken up, holding his midsection as he retreats to the bench. Time out with 10 minutes to go in this first half. Georgetown by 4.
know, these days, lots of deodorants are talking antibacterial protection. It's not about that at all. It's about whose deodorant lasts longer. High endurance. Old Spice guarantees it. If you want odor protection that really lasts, High endurance exceeds the need.
This clothing store has great selection, but I run 250. All right, 260. And in my size, that selection is pretty thin. Well, I found a place that has great clothing selection for big guys. Tall guys, too. The king-size catalog. Look, brand names, good prices, and perfect fit, no matter what size you are. And convenience? Just pick up the phone and call. All the top designers, selection, colors, quality, all for big and tall men only. They've got everything you need. Shirts, slacks, shoes, jackets, jeans. Just for us big and tall guys. Are your shirts always too short, waist too tight? The king-size catalog always has the perfect fit. The king-size catalog, all for big and tall men only.
If you're a big or tall guy, write down that number. Give us a call for your free catalog. Every item is guaranteed for quality and fit. King size, the perfect fit.
Call 1-800-HAIR-CLUB right now for a free brochure. Your free hair, all you have to do is prepay for a basic club plan. That's it.
Can't believe you can slick it straight back and it still looks natural. I love it. I've never felt this good after a haircut.
You don't feel any difference in this hair, you know, any hair. And it still stays, see?
So call 1-800-HAIR-CLUB right now for a free brochure.
CBS Sportsline is the place to go to follow all the updated sports action. For all the latest scores, statistics, and more, log on to cbs.sportsline.com.
Classic Madness continues with Houston versus Georgetown on ESPN Classic.
Let's look at that last charge by Michael Young.
Well, Michael Young was going to take it to Ewing in a very good move on his part, but just out-executed by Patrick Ewing, who didn't go for it at all and stayed right in a good charge position, charge block position, and drew the charge. Smart play by Ewing.
Young got him started so well. Houston hit their first 7. Now they've hit only 2 of their last 8 shots from the field.
Now, Gary, excitement's going to take place. Benny Anders is in the game. Winslow out. Anders the kind of guy that could come in explosive, or he could really hurt Houston at this point, trying to do too much too soon.
Anders is number 33 in red. Ewing.
Some shot.
Ewing with 8 points. 24-18 Georgetown. Here's Anders. Anders has only played a maximum of 11 minutes since his suspension when he left the ball club.
He's certainly capable, though, physically, to have a big game here. But sometimes he can hurt you by trying to go crazy.
9 minutes, 20 seconds to go until halftime. Here's Anders. That might light him up.
That's the guy. You better watch him. I really imagine if you're John Thompson, you did not want to see that, because Benny Anders is a great talent.
24-20. Rodnex and Jackson are 2 best outside shooters.
Patrick Ewing just got a nice elbow in Anders' ear to let him know he's in that side of the court.
Reggie Williams, 2 men up in his face. He follows his own shot. Gets back to a 6-point lead.
Georgetown absolutely killing Houston on second shot opportunities. Houston not blocking out. It's costing them.
Get us again, breaking the pressure. Rodnex, and going to be a foul off Rodnex.
That brought John Thompson right out of his chair. He's wanting an offensive push-off, and I believe that John was correct on that one.
At halftime, Brent will visit with this man from Kentucky, Joe B. Hall, and also Terry Holland from Virginia, who brought their teams to this Final Four, losing on Saturday.
I like Joe B. Hall's comment after that game. He said, I went to bed and slept like a baby. I was up every hour crying. Some statement.
That foul, by the way, against Georgetown was his 6th.
No question about the accuracy on that one.
Akeem, who led the nation in field goal percentage, and you can understand why on those kind of shots. Rodnex, Williams, and Akeem shut off the baseline. He still got it.
That is hard to believe. There's the Iceman Gervin imitation. Great play. You have that kind of defender in your face who can shift the ball over and still have a soft touch.
28-22, Georgetown.
Akeem and Patrick Ewing are really shoving underneath.
And they caught Patrick again. Ewing reaching around, committing his second, and now they'll be shooting free throws. That's a 17th foul.
They are really going after each other. Both men extremely strong, really going after each other. Referees have to clean it up a little bit in there. Nothing dirty, but an awful lot of pushing and shoving for position.
First meeting between these two, Ewing and Akeem.
I believe, and here's, I was just going to say, I believe that John Thompson's going to have to come in here with a little size like Dalton. He's going to change things around so that Patrick Ewing isn't stuck on Akeem Olajuwon.
So Dalton does come in, the 6'11" junior, and sitting down will be Reggie Williams. Akeem at the line, and Houston not a good free throw shooting team. We talked about Olajuwon earlier, shooting only 53%.
But Dalton, you can be sure, will be assigned to Akeem Olajuwon the next time down court.
May be a trend, and that's got to concern Guy Lewis already at the free throw line with 7.5 minutes left in this first half.
Oh, big call there, because Dalton actually should never have received that pass. He was on the move going to the basket. He's not capable of catching that ball on the move like that, so a big break for Georgetown.
Geddes committing the foul, his first, fourth team foul against Houston, and Michael Graham will come back in. Ewing will check out. Ewing at the 7:35 mark leads. 8 points and 3 rebounds.
Really fine substitutions by John Thompson, because he figures with a little bit of a working margin here, he can get some minutes and have Patrick Ewing sit down without picking up that third.
Guy Lewis in the first game only substituted 2 men for a total of 1 minute. He's already made 4 substitutions here with Benny Anderson.
It'd be a bad time for Houston to think about going man-to-man with Ewing out of the game, because Olajuwon could guard Dalton and not worry at all. Now, John Thompson's going to force him to come out of the zone and play man-to-man. I really think this is in Houston's best advantage. I think Houston can play a man-to-man with this team.
Wingate. Graham follows his own shot.
Houston was a little confused.
4 points for Michael Graham. An 8-point lead now for Georgetown. Benny Anderson who hit his first shot.
Georgetown goes zone.
What I'd like to do, Billy, is push you back out. Make you shoot from further out than you'd like to. Now, Franklin has the shot. Akeem went up and over the back. That's his foul, and that will be his second.
Graham trying a little intimidation there, wanting to shake hands with Akeem. Akeem not wanting any part of that.
Now Rickie Winslow is going to come back into the Houston lineup.
Now John Thompson did this against Kentucky. When he got that lead, he didn't want to play against Kentucky in the zone. But I really believe with a club on the floor that Houston can play man-to-man against Georgetown. But they're still in the 2-3 zone. Let's see if John Thompson pulls them out.
You were talking about those second chance points. 8-2 in favor of Georgetown.
And here goes John Thompson. A little forward corner, little tight move.
Bill Martin, outstanding sixth man that they've run off the bench all year long.
Houston needs to get reorganized defensively. If they see that they can't get by with the zone, they need to know what defense they're in.
So after leading by 8 earlier, now they find themselves trailing by 10 with 6 minutes to go in this first half.
Young's got a jumper.
Yeah, they're just not really with the positive passes or the attack offensively they had the first 5 minutes.
I really believe they're confused more defensively than they are offensively. Dalton on a hole.
Dalton reaching in on Akeem. Akeem working very hard to find any operating room inside. First foul on Dalton.
You hate to use your timeouts, but it'd be a good time for Guy Lewis to use one and get his club organized defensively.
No inbounds the ball. Winslow.
Look for the lob here. Both Akeem and...
Why aren't they shooting free throws? What I don't understand.
Oh, they are. Well, the fans are starting to call air ball a 1-on-1 situation.
They started inbounds. They just don't want to shoot. Houston's free throws are one of the things they would just soon forget about. And Akeem looked like he wanted inbounds, and he missed another one.
Graham looking like he's coming back with another superlative effort. He's really getting up on the boards.
He's playing more under control than when we saw him earlier in that West Regional.
Trying to figure out what they're doing here defensively. Looks like a little bit of a zone trap. It is a zone trap, but Georgetown really handling it well.
I think it went off of Houston, didn't it?
It hit Akeem's foot.
That was a nice pass. Wingate's done a good job, Bill. They're penetrating and dishing the ball off.
Houston has to make up their mind what defense they're in.
The rebounds, the second chance points. There's the rebound. Akeem had inside position that time.
First chance to move it down court. First time they've been able to get it. Good defensive rebound.
There's where Young started. This time, not the same result. Winslow. They know that he's not in there now. And oh, what a foul. Those are going to call traveling.
Danny Anders went ahead and made one move too many. Houston kids are starting to look at the scoreboard a little bit now. Starting to get frustrated. Anders had to move. He had to take that step. He had a foul. He took the step before the foul. It was a good call. The fans are booing now because they can see the big screen.
They can see that directly behind us. Graham, of course, is not subtle in anything that he does, and the crowd quick to react to that play.
That's a 1-3-1 trap. So far, Georgetown has handled it very well.
32-22, Georgetown the lead. Jackson, here's Graham.
Really believe Houston should play a man-to-man at this point. Georgetown pretty clever.
Dalton off to Bill Martin. The best sleeper vertical on the team. Winslow out to Franklin.
How about Akeem? He beat everybody down the court that time, right from out under the basket.
Franklin with 4 points.
Here's the trap. 1-3-1. Great size out there for Houston on the wings. But you have Winslow and Anders that are extremely active.
There's the steal by Benny Anders. 3 turnovers against Georgetown. He's done a very good job.
And John Thompson's going to think back about this game. He had everything going his way. He was getting a lot of second chances. And now by pulling Houston out and forcing them to become aggressive defensively, it's backfired on him.
32-26 Georgetown, 3:45 until halftime. Out to Wingate. Wingate just keeps taking it inside. On to Martin.
Great catch by Martin.
Wingate has an explosive first step when he goes by you and creates difficulty inside.
He's a real slasher. We talked about Gene Smith at the top of the show, but maybe that ankle is causing more problems than we thought.
Yeah, it's arch and an ankle is bothering his right foot. Akeem
gets the foul also. That was some step by Akeem. I'd like to see it over, see if he was walking. Let's see this move right here. Good spin. Pretty good move. He held that pivot foot solid.
Going to get that foul to Michael Graham. I thought at first it might be Dalton, but it's Graham instead, and that's his 3rd foul.
That's a very important foul because John Thompson would like to have him available in the second half. Fouls again. Trouble.
A 10-point lead now has been cut down to 34-28.
Georgetown's going to have to attack a little bit here.
That'll be a foul. Nope. They're going to call 5 seconds. Where did that come from?
I don't know, Gary. I didn't see any 5-second call on that one. John Thompson going to go through the ceiling when he hears it was 5 seconds.
Well, we thought foul, we thought traveling, and it was a 5-second call. The ball goes back to Houston. Houston now making a push with 3 minutes to go in the first half.
You're watching Classic Madness on ESPN Classic.
Don't try this with an ordinary pen. Introducing the revolutionary Penally Fountain Pen. This amazing pen features a unique iridium tip nib, specially crafted and constructed with Swiss precision engineering. It's hard, it's durable, it's virtually indestructible. No more blobbing because it comes with an ink flow control valve which ensures smooth and free flowing action. You can choose to use the removable pump or the disposable cartridge. Because it's pressure sensitive, it adjusts to your own writing style. Thick line or thin line, left or right-handed. And unlike ordinary fountain pens, Penally writes in all directions just like a ball pen. Penally guarantees excellent performance first time, every time. And how much do you have to pay? $100? $50? No, it's yours for just $19.95. Plus, if you take advantage of this special offer, you'll also get 5 matching Penalty pens absolutely free. You'll get this executive ball pen with a pocket-style refill system absolutely free. This roller ball pen writes practically on any surface, even upside down, also free. When you need more colors, this Combi tricolor pen writes blue, twist for green, and again for red. And it's also free. And this slim yet stylish ladies pen that fits perfectly in all handbags, also free. And this beautifully crafted mechanical pencil that writes and draws smoothly, also free. These are yours free with your Penalty fountain pen. All exclusively designed in Italy and manufactured with patented Swiss technology using stainless steel construction. These pens take standard refills and come in individual gift boxes. This amazing collection is worth $110, but now it's yours for just $19.95. Be among the first 100 callers and you'll get this specially designed checkbook pen absolutely free. But wait, there's more. Call within the next 10 minutes and you'll get this 65-piece refill pack free, plus a lifetime replacement warranty for the Penalty collection.
To order your Penalty pen collection, call 1-800-345-7272 or send a check or money order to the address listed. So call 1-800-345-7272.
Hi, I'm Dick Schaap, and I'm back in Victory Yard with Coach John Thompson of Georgetown, who will have a few remarks at the end of the game. Coach Thompson's decision to sit Patrick Ewing down with 7.5 minutes left in the first half seems to be paying off. Ewing finished the first half with only 8 points, but the Hoyas have a 10-point lead. Now let's go back to Seattle for the second half between Georgetown and Houston.
A 10-point lead at Georgetown. Twice in that first half, they led by as many as 10. Houston early in the game led by 8. And Billy, this Georgetown team was the second-ranked team in the country, rebounding-wise, and the first half, they again did an outstanding job.
Sure, they really did a good job rebounding, but what surprised me is that Houston didn't keep them off the boards when Georgetown was in the offensive end of the court. They just got so many second chances in there, and you can't do that against a team as good as Georgetown.
Let's document this. There's the rebounds. Georgetown with an advantage of 7. Now you continue on to the offensive end to show you how effective they've been. They led their 10-4, and Billy, they converted 10 of those into 10 points.
That's right. They went on the board so well, getting those second shot opportunities. When Akeem jumped out for the block, nobody was back helping him out.
Now the bench, we talked about the depth of Georgetown, has provided them with a real push here in the first half.
They really have, and of course the bench is kind of a misnomer because John Thompson starts a lineup that very seldom plays at the end of the game. His starting team, as I've said many times in the past, is the club that ends the game, not the one that begins.
Billy, you shoot 63% of the first half and you still trail by 10 points.
Now that's kind of surprising, but Houston went after him very well. You got to remember that they were 7 for the first 7. So when you look at what happened after that point, Georgetown got back into the semblance of defense you normally see from them.
Georgetown did shoot 56% themselves. Houston starting out very poorly from the free throw line, missing 3 fronts, a 1-and-1, and then 4 free throws total on a 3-point play. They missed 1.
And Gene Smith did not get in the first half, Gary, so maybe he is unavailable.
Well, the coaches told me they thought he felt pretty good, so maybe they'll wait till late in the game.
Like what Houston's doing here, they're coming out very aggressively in that trapping defense.
That is turnover number 6 against the Hoyas.
Most great pressing teams don't like to be pressed. And that's what Houston did to Georgetown right there.
Georgetown with a different 5 than the ones that opened the game. Reggie Williams is starting the second half, as is Michael Graham.
This is probably Georgetown's best ball club on the floor right now.
Alvin Franklin changed the shot. Akeem, and that may be his 4th foul and is.
He did push. Without question, he shoved off with his left hand. You're going to see the play right here, and what makes the play is when Franklin had to change his shot because of Patrick Ewing. That was the push off with the left hand. Akeem got caught.
You know the thing that must be frustrating to Akeem, they've been subtle fouls. They haven't been of a major variety. A little push here, but they all count the same. He's in trouble. Williams.
And Williams really knew it. He went right into Akeem. Akeem normally smacked that ball away, but he cannot afford to pick up number 5. And Cadillac Anderson is coming to the sideline.
Greg Anderson, biggest lead of the ball game now for the Hoyas by 12. Akeem, they got it into him after the deflection. Ewing blocked it. save by Michael Young, and Houston needed that basket. Young with 10 points.
Guy Lewis has a tough decision to make, and with this much time, he almost has to give Anderson a little bit of a shot at it. Again, going right back at him.
Nice pass, and Michael Graham took over from there. Graham was 6. Graham and Williams, both freshmen, starting out the second half so effectively for John Thompson.
Georgetown playing a man-to-man. Olajuwon with Graham on him.
There's Akeem, and that'll salve a few wounds, but first break, they're going to have to get him out of there with those 4 fouls.
Graham really wasn't thinking too much that time. He's almost back like in a zone situation.
Akeem with 10 points, 10-point lead, and that's been thrown away. Wingate intended for Ewing. Here comes Greg Anderson. Now, Anderson early in the year was a starter at a forward spot. He's 6'10". He's out of the Houston area. Akeem will sit down.
Akeem is going to ask to stay in the ball game right now, but you really can't let him out there with this much time. You've got to see what you can do to make a move with Anderson in the game. Man-to-man.
Steve Geddes, who hit all 3 of his shots that he took in the first half. Michael Young. That's Graham up and rejected it.
Michael Young had to beat his man, then Ewing, then Graham to go ahead and get that shot off. Just great reaction by Georgetown's man-to-man defense.
They support so well inside when somebody gets beat.
What Reed Geddes was saying to the referee, good lob pass, is that Michael Graham grabbed the net to get himself some balance to go for that block, and he was correct.
Greg Anderson, by the way, who's in the ball game, did not even play Saturday. So the freshman getting his first competition here at the Kingdom. Michael Young and
Ewing again coming out from the block.
Alvin that'll count, and a foul.
That's exactly what was happening to Houston in the first half. When Olajuwon would go out for the block, nobody was covering for him on the rebound. Now watch, Olajuwon goes out, tries to make the block, but nobody's helping out inside for his block out. Franklin gets it, goes up with the left hand and makes a nice shot.
The foul going on Wingate, his second. Alvin Franklin now with a chance for 3-point play. What's the decision here now?
Saying that they want Anderson on the line, but it really is Franklin is the fellow that got fouled on the shot. Without question, Franklin was the shooter.
There's been a technical foul. Oh, we got a technical.
For grasping the rim.
Somebody hanging on the rim that time.
Must have been Anderson grabbing the rim.
Georgetown's number 40, David Wingate, his second, team's first.
Now here's a free throw by Franklin. That completes the 3-point play, but here's the technical.
Oh, that was... He just touched the rim. That wasn't grasping the rim at all. I don't like that call one bit. Not even close to grasping the rim.
I'll tell you one thing, Billy. We got to be on our toes here tonight in this one.
Well, wait a minute. Franklin has already taken his shots. The officials are really confused here. That really in a championship ball game. Gary, we've done a lot of games this year, and that wasn't even close to being grasping the rim. Remember Sam Bowie on Saturday went down over the top of the back, actually almost tore the rim down. That was hardly a touch.
Well, here's Jackson shooting the technical.
Let's see the play again. Franklin gets shot. He goes up. He just puts, I mean, he didn't even pull, hardly had any tension on the rim there. Just went up. But that's the call.
The moral of that story is wait till you see the replays, huh? Here is Ewing. Rebound by Geddes. Houston playing now with a lot more confidence. 45-37.
Georgetown dropping back now. They're playing a little, looks like they're going to try to play a little box and one. They're playing a little triangle and two right now.
Michael Young, a difficult shot, and what a play by Anderson.
It looked like Georgetown that time wanted to play a Mickey Mouse defense, and that's not normal for them.
Boy, Greg Anderson, that's got to help his confidence. 45-39, they've cut it to 6. Wingate, rebound, Michael Young, and without Akeem, this Houston team is making a run.
Give Guy Lewis a lot of credit. He took Akeem out. He had the courage to go with his people. Now, let's see this defense.
Winslow will take Ewing, and Ewing takes him. We're going to have a hell ball, and it will go to Houston. The alternating hell ball rule. Houston will be awarded the ball out of bounds this time.
Gary, certain players on the Georgetown team are playing the zone. There's a pass quickly.
Young missed a shot he'd like to have back. Wingate, Jackson. Inside play by Reggie Williams.
Big turn of events right there. Houston had an opportunity to really get an easy one.
You can see now Houston doing a better job on those second chance points. Franklin, big play against Jackson. Beautiful play. 9 points for Alvin Franklin.
Georgetown has a man-to-man on Young. The other fellas are playing the zone.
16 minutes to go in the game. 47-41. 6-point lead by the Hoyas.
Graham took that off with a little bit of eye contact.
8 points for Graham. Back to an 8-point lead for Georgetown. Guy Lewis is up now at center court, yelling instructions to Franklin.
Now Georgetown playing straight man-to-man.
And it'll be off of Georgetown. Williams on the floor.
You can see the eye contact. Graham realizes everybody has shifted. He gives the signal. No question about that play.
Michael Young, same spot, different result this time. Young with 12 points. He had 17 in that game Saturday to lead this Houston team.
There's the 1-3-1 trap again by Houston. That is dropping back. Changing the defense again.
Reggie Williams in the corner.
So smooth.
12 points. The high school player of the year a year ago at Dunbar in Baltimore.
He almost looks frail, but he has great hands. Such a smooth ball player.
Only 2 seniors on this Georgetown team. Both these clubs should be very strong next year. The team says he's going to come back for another year.
It's Jackson reaching in.
Jackson committing the personal foul. His second.
It's amazing when John Thompson goes zone, he picks up a reach foul like that. He went back in his zone to protect himself from fouling.
Timeout, 14:43 to go in the game. Georgetown by 8.
You're watching Classic Madness on ESPN Classic.
Lee and I are different in every way.
In every way.
Lee likes blue darts. I like red darts. Lee likes cans. I like bottles. Lee thinks Miller Lite tastes great because of the choice hops. Me, I like it because it's smooth. Hey, Lee, you see my last dart?
Yeah.
I'm telling you, Lee. Bottles.
Miller Lite, the great taste of a true Pilsner beer.
I got a new car with the red tail lights, like blue on the corners and it's not getting tight. It's got a rag top and a gun through a hood. She goes up, and she's running. Let's go!
The 1999 Mazda Miata. Set it free, and it'll return the favor.
Excuse me. Number 8 bus, go ahead. About number 9.
Who are you looking at?
Dry cleaners wouldn't take a check again, eh, Nozzle?
Use Visa Check Card. It automatically deducts from your checking account everywhere Visa's accepted. So you can get what you need and get on with life.
You feel like being a man?
Larry Bender along with Billy Packer. And Billy, Akeem Olajuwon's been out 3.5 minutes. Houston during that time outscored Georgetown 9-7.
Almost revenge of the Kentucky game when Patrick Ewing was sitting down with foul trouble and his teammates were able to regroup and do a good job. I would imagine, Gary, that Guy Lewis would try to keep him down on that bench to the 10-minute mark as long as he can stay in this game. But if they get down in double figures, he has to think seriously about taking chances and bringing him back.
Frank will bring it out to Geddes.
There's the zone defense, a 2-3 zone by Georgetown.
Franklin penetrating. That's that move of his, that little hang motion in midair.
That's some athlete that can go in there among the trees, double pump, and still get his shot off. And look at his quickness defensively.
He has 11 points. Reggie Williams was left over. And that was Anderson that tipped it away. He got up above Ewing that time. So Greg's made 2 contributions in the second half.
I believe what we'll see when Olajuwon comes back in a game, he will not substitute for Anderson. They'll play both big men.
Uh-oh, and he's hurt.
Franklin's hurt.
Alvin Franklin, after he hit the shot, hurt himself.
And he's holding his knee.
So after scoring the last 2 baskets, that would be a severe blow, obviously, to Houston. Yes, 9 points in this half.
See the play coming up. He goes up.
He came down off of Williams' foot.
Let's see. It looks like he's walking off all right. He just came down in an unusual position.
I don't know if he hit his foot or not.
I don't know. It looks like the... Yep, it just came down in an unusual way, but he walked off. It looks like they're working on the ankle now, not the knee.
Coming into the ball game now is Derek Giles. Giles checking in. He's a senior out of Queens, New York. Also, Eric Dickens has checked into the ball game.
You've got the threesome going in here to press.
And Ronaldo Thomas, right. They call them the Smothers Brothers. They haven't used them as a unit for some time, but they're in there now to create some havoc defensively.
I said most good pressing teams don't like to be pressed. Let's see what happens to Georgetown here.
And we're going to have a foul. Picking up the foul will be Dickens.
And of all people to beat the press, Patrick Ewing at the top of the key.
Those 3 guys we just mentioned, Giles, Dickens, and Thomas, wear around at workouts and everything. Jackets with the Smothers Brothers written on the back of it.
I was mentioning about Akeem Olajuwon coming back in. If he and Anderson are back in there, they match up very well with Georgetown.
You know what's interesting now, Billy? Only 1 starter for Houston is in there. That's Winslow.
Billy Martin, some play.
53-47 Georgetown. 13.5 minutes to go in the game.
Where do the points come from with this club?
Well, they probably hope on the steal, on the turnover. That's off of Wingate.
Good defensive team, but you've got to question where they're going to get any offensive play. There's Ray and Barge.
Really enjoyed him this week, watching practices, sitting, talking to him about his outstanding career. Had a get-together for him on Saturday night.
Anderson's open. They won't give him the ball inside.
Billy, you said it well. Who's going to score? Who wants to shoot it now?
It wouldn't be a bad idea for Guy Lewis to sit on the ball a little bit. Take some time off the clock here.
Baseline, he stepped on it. That will give the ball back to Georgetown. Rodnax will come back into the ball game. 9 turnovers against Houston.
They really do have a problem with this club offensively, but they held the ball a little bit just to take some time off the clock to shorten the game for Olajuwon.
So the Smothers Brothers are running after people. Can they create any problems? Thus far, Georgetown's handled that pressure.
Might have been a loss.
Instead, though, we're going to have a foul on Winslow.
Giles and Dickens. Remember last year when we were in Syracuse, they had Giles and Dickens and Franklin was really in the third position at the point guard at that time. So these 2 fellas can play.
Guy Lewis trying somehow to get some help defensively now with those three guys in there. 12:48 left in this game.
They're back in his zone, but Thomas is awful small on his side, and they shoot right over it.
Wingate, nice touch off the glass.
Georgetown really attacks you where you're weak. Thomas is the small guy in the back line and gets the ball in exactly the right spot.
Now they're going to bring Akeem, Franklin, Winslow, and get us back in at the first opportunity. All four of them checked to the scorer's table.
Guy Lewis might use a timeout here to get him back in the game and not lose this possession.
That's a great foul on Wingate, and that will give him the opportunity to bring all four of them in. That foul on Wingate was his third. Akeem coming in, playing with 4 personal fouls.
Back with his regular starting lineup, I really thought that Anderson would stay in the ball game with this team.
Well, he had the one basket. He also had the tip out, contributed. They may figure if Akeem fouls out, he's going to have to go the rest of the way.
And he's only got 12 minutes. Should be tired.
Franklin coming back in. Glad to see him in.
That should be a good basket. That basket should count.
We're going to have a foul. It's going to go on Ewing.
This basket should count. The ball is in the cylinder, and people touch it right there. You can see the ball was touched while it's in the cylinder. Should have been 2 points.
Instead, it's Ewing's third personal foul, so the opposing Giant is into foul difficulty.
Georgetown, number 20, Fred Brown, replacing Patrick Ewing.
Brown will come in, and Ewing instantly is taken out of the game by John Thompson.
Well, one of the things that John has to his advantage, he has an excellent delay game, so he can afford to have Patrick sitting over there, realizing that if he has this kind of a lead down to 4-minute time, he's going to take Patrick out.
Houston from the free throw line is 1 of 5. And Winslow gets the second one to go. That's his first points. He's shooting around 60%. He has improved that as the year has gone on. And he gets the roll. It's a 6-point lead again for Georgetown.
Houston stays in that good pressing attack.
That's brought back. Nice move down the middle.
As I said, they attack you where you're weak. And although Olajuwon's a great defender, they realize with 4 fouls, he's not going to try to block the shot.
Akeem is out of the ball game. 5:56 in now, playing with 4 fouls. Franklin right now single-handedly is carrying Houston offensively.
He is some kind of athlete. Went down with what looked like a sprained ankle. Right back there on the court. This is the 3rd time he's come in and double pumped his way to 2 points.
Team spin. Now Franklin shooting 1.
Brown committing the foul. Franklin with 15 points. Last year, everybody said this was the guy that really wasn't up to what they thought they needed for a national championship, a freshman guard. He's the biggest improvement on this Houston team.
And Houston's still staying in that 1-3-1 trap, and it's been very effective. They're a much better team, as we said at the outset of the show, if they come and get you.
Martin missed the stop. Giannis couldn't save it. It'll be Georgetown's basketball. Now, Phil Martin, who, as we said, has a biggest vertical leap of anybody on this team. That time just couldn't get the ball to go down for him.
Well, we mentioned Billy Martin came from D.C. with Anthony Jones. Both of them going to Georgetown, two of the premier high school forwards in the country. Anthony Jones now transferred to UNLV.
11 minutes and a half to go. 57-52, Georgetown in the lead.
Remember in the first half when Houston went back to a 2-3 zone, Georgetown pulled the ball out. I believe John Thompson learned a lesson there, said we're better letting them play pass it over.
Wingate, he has to be careful. Rebound by Michael Young. Game wisely stayed out of that one.
It's an important possession here, and Franklin's just eating them alive.
It's going to be another foul. This one will go on Broadnax. Franklin is just saying, hey, I'm going to take over.
Now, let's remember one thing. He's eaten Georgetown alive on the clear-out play. Normally, John Thompson would go down and say, Gene Smith, he's your man. But Gene Smith has not been able to play tonight because of the bad arch. So it looks like he's not going to see any action, and now Houston's taking advantage of it.
Hey, Kentucky wished Gene Smith hadn't played.
You better believe it. He came out and ran around the court before the game. It looked like he was going to be able to play, but without him in there, Guy Lewis is attacking that point position.
Franklin again. Michael Young. Akeem's got it. It's thrown away by Brown.
I thought Akeem got grabbed on the arm.
Winslow commits a foul, and I think the crowd might agree with it.
Akeem is telling the referee he grabbed him right on the arm, and I would certainly agree. Guy Lewis can't believe it.
That foul on Winslow is his second, 4th team foul against Guy Lewis's team.
That was a very big possession. Houston could have got it down within 3. Now let's see if Georgetown is going to try to hold it out a while. Obviously not.
Baseline, Bill. Rebound, Chuck guys. Akeem eventually. Ewing goes down. He's okay.
That was Winslow right up there with everybody.
And that's going to be another foul, and Franklin is going to get everybody in foul difficulty at the rate he's going right now.
Right now, Georgetown does not have somebody that can handle Franklin one-on-one, and he's taking advantage of it.
That now is 17 fouls, so they go to the free throw line.
It may be Fred Brown. Now, John Thompson's talking to him. Freddie, before he hurt his knee, was a very tough one-on-one defender. He's lost some of that quickness now, but he may be strong enough to stay with Franklin.
Franklin gets a roll. He looks skyward after hitting that one. 57-53.
This is not quite as bizarre as the Kentucky-Georgetown game, but it has been bizarre because it flows back and forth. One team looks like to have the advantage, and the other comes right back.
Franklin with 18 points.
Georgetown getting a little tentative now as Houston picks it up.
There's Geddes going for the steal. 10 minutes, 15 seconds left in the game.
Houston stepping out, zone out. Doesn't even look anything like what Virginia says.
Winslow with a block. Williams just a super left-handed move. There's Gene Smith, the man we've been talking about. We thought would play. We talked to the coaches, the trainer. They said he was ready. But evidently, John Thompson elected that he was not ready to go.
Graham back in for defensive purposes. Comes Franklin again. Now it's Jackson's job to try to stop him. And you see Houston clearing out down on the baseline, and that's Reed Geddes setting an illegal screen.
Geddes committing his second foul, 15 foul against Houston.
Geddes went headhunting on that one. He just had his hands out like he was blocking in deep as a football player, and really picked up a cheap foul. Not
We're going to have a timeout, Billy, with 9:53 to go. Georgetown with a 59-54 lead after leading by 10 at halftime.
This is ESPN Classic.
Beauty, adventure, drama. All these and more can be yours in the wonderful world of art. And with this free art test from Art Instruction Schools, you can find out if you have the interest and desire needed to become a serious art student. To get your free art test without cost or obligation, call this toll-free number. Don't delay. Call this toll-free number now. Call 1-800-754-0077.
Open your eyes and experience the magic. Now, at last on home video, for the first time ever, Andrew Lloyd Webber's timeless masterpiece, Cats. The most successful Broadway show of all time can be yours by calling now. Introduce your entire family to the magic of Cats. There's Rum Tum Tugger and Grisabella, Skimbleshanks and Mischievous McCaffrey. There's Old Deuteronomy and Mr. Mistopheles. Share the magic, the mystery, and the music of Cats. Available through this special TV offer. Call now. To order Cats, call the number on your screen or send check or money order for $19.95 plus shipping and handling to the address below. Rush delivery available. Call now.
ESPN Classic presents This Day in Classic Sports, March 28, 1984. Up, and away after this.
Well, Jackie, I'd like to know if you get on first and second, and there's a fly ball hits the outfield, there's a big wind, and it goes the ball towards the infield. The first baseman's under it, but the outfielder yells his T4. The outfielder dives the ball but doesn't get it. The ball goes into the outfield. All three men score. I would like to know, are there any outs? And if there are, how many men score?
Wow. Benny, you've got a question.
March 28, 1984. In a move that caught the city of Baltimore, not to mention the NFL, by surprise, Colts owner Robert Irsay piles his team and their belongings into several vans and drives off into the night. Irsay, the vans, and the Colts all end up in Indianapolis. Another classic day on ESPN Classic. Classic Madness continues with Houston versus Georgetown on ESPN Classic.
Okay, you can see Reed Getty's right under the basket, right behind Ewing. Now, he's going to go over and set a screen, but watch him pick up his forearms and drive it right into the Georgetown player to create the foul. Just an illegal screen on his part. Fred Brown picks up the foul.
Looks like pass blocking. Getty's committing the foul. Reed in the first half.
That's what I was trying to think of, Gary. What? Pass blocking, that's it. I'm not into that football like you are, but that's exactly what he did.
I started to say Geddes in that first half, Billy, hit all three of his shots. He hasn't attempted one in the second half. 59-54 Georgetown, 9:53 left in this game.
And you can see right now the 1-3-1 trap by Houston, which has been so effective. It's made Georgetown a little passive. Got Graham all the way on the other side, ready for the lob. Excellent execution by Georgetown. Graham just held his ground, didn't get into the 3-second lane area.
That's 10 points for Michael Brown, and Jackson almost getting his feet completely tangled up, trying to stay with Franklin. Michael Young, nice pass to Winslow, but he travels with the ball.
Good job by Patrick Ewing.
12 turnovers against Sky Lewis and the Houston Cougars.
Getting down to critical time now. You can't afford to have those possessions and not get something on the board.
Well, last time down, they had the screen, the foul. They didn't get the shot off. And this time, the traveling violation.
Here you have a situation where Georgetown realizes what the defense is now. And what you want to do, well, Patrick Ewing walks. Gary, what you want to do is to make them run from side to side. After you tire them out a little bit, then you can go to Graham. And Georgetown, the last time down in court, really executed well. That time, just a malfunction on the walk.
9 minutes to go. Oh, Geddes pushing off on that play.
Good job by Williams defensively.
Here's Akeem. Akeem with 12 points.
And again, a wise move by John Thompson, letting Graham handle Akeem. Keep Ewing free for rebounding and help out.
Ewing to Jackson. Ewing so unselfish. There he is with the rebound. And Akeem blocked it. He's got to be careful. He'll pick up the play with it. Play. Michael Young, Winslow, and it's going to be off of Winslow. Golden opportunity got away for Houston.
And a play by Akeem Olajuwon on the other end of the court was as fine a defensive sequence by a big man as I've ever seen because of the people he was having to stop.
And with 4 fouls, he had 205 blocks coming into this game, the #1 mark in the country. With 8:10 to go, Georgetown with a lead of 5.
You're watching Classic Madness on ESPN Classic.
Golfers, would you like to play better golf immediately? Is your goal to break 100, 80? How about shooting par? With 3 seconds to better golf, you can quickly learn this revolutionary swing technique. It's that simple.
If you want more power, more accuracy, and more consistency, right away, there's only one place I know you can find it. Mike Wine's 3 seconds to better golf.
Mike Wine has discovered the secret to keeping the club head square through impact. He'll teach you the secret using his easy-to-learn 3-second drill. Amy Grant was invited to play in the 1998 Bob Hope Classic.
one of the first sportsmen I was placed with. It was Arnold Palmer. And all I could think was, thank you, Mike, for some simple tips.
So call the number on your screen and order now for only 2 easy payments of $19.95. Your game will improve immediately or your money back, guaranteed. If you call now, you'll also receive a $50 gift certificate to a 3 Seconds to Better Golf teaching clinic, absolutely free.
If you need to play the best golf of your life, you need Mike Wine's 3 Seconds to Better Golf.
SMP Productions presents the greatest classical collection. Dynamic sets of the finest music in the world, beautifully packaged with reproductions of history's most famous art. This is a remarkable gift of music. Each volume gives you over 10 hours of classical favorites from Beethoven, Mozart, Chopin, Schubert, Tchaikovsky, Grieg, Strauss, Vivaldi, Bach, Ravel, and Bizet, and many more. The greatest classical collection is yours for only $69.95 per volume through this exclusive presentation. Here's how to order.
Call toll-free, 1-800-883-5995. Use your credit card to order the greatest classical collection now. 10 CDs, over 10 hours of music for only $69.95. Call now, 1-800-883-5995.
This is ESPN Classic.
We want to reconstruct this last flurry under the basket. What a job by Olajuwon.
Look at Olajuwon was out front. Now Patrick Ewing grabs the rebound. Normally he just stuffs this down through, but Akeem stays right with him. Blocks one shot. Graham gives him a couple of pumps, and James is on over with his left hand, which he likes to use. Akeem stays right with him, and then grabs the rebound over Patrick Ewing. That was some play with 4 fouls on it.
That's right. Guy Lewis had to be holding his breath and his towel when he saw Akeem with 4 going after both those guys. Winslow commits the foul.
Not a bad move.
That's 3 on Winslow. 16 fouls. 1 more, and Georgetown will be at the free throw line. There's your time left. 2 timeouts remaining for Georgetown, 3 for Houston, as a crowd of 38,471 for this one. Here is Reggie Williams.
He is playing some ball game. He realized Akeem was coming at him and just lofted the shot over.
Williams was 16. He had a tie earlier this year of 22 points.
Showing some pretty good defensive footwork also.
Williams cuts it last. Geddes upset himself.
Williams really playing Geddes head-to-head right now and giving Geddes a lot of trouble. What Guy Lewis is trying to do now is go ahead and hurry up, Franklin a little bit. Not wearing down by having to handle the ball so much.
That's a tough pass, but a foul. Who's going to go on? Graham? Ewing was looking around. He thought he may have his 4th.
Well, they really had Akeem sandwiched there. The pass might not have been the wisest one, because there you've got, look at you trying to thread a needle there with a guy like Patrick Ewing, and hard to get it in. Graham pushed.
That's what Geddes does so well, though. He will go in there. He has the courage to try to get the ball. Graham, instead of Ewing, picks up his 4th foul. Akeem, who missed those free throws in the first half, 0 for 3 at the line, and they were the front ends of 1-and-1s on 2 occasions. He has 13 points. He had 2 big free throws in that overtime game.
You're looking at the fellow that was the MVP last year. Remember the year before in the semifinals when Houston lost to North Carolina, Akeem did not start that game, but still played well.
He wants to come back and get to the Final Four 4 years in a row. 63-58, a 5-point lead for the Hoyas.
There's that 1-3-1 trap again. Georgetown trying to surround it.
That pass, somehow Brown caught up with it.
He thought Ewing was going to be able to pick it off for the dunk.
Winslow, oh, that's some collision as he collides with Jackson. And Rickie Winslow now with 4 fouls himself.
Winslow has the quickness, but he just had too much ground to try to cover on that lob.
That's a 17th foul. So both teams from here on now will be shooting free throws. With 7 minutes, 17 seconds left to go.
And if you're Georgetown, Jackson's the man you want on the line.
Jackson at 12 of 12 against Nevada, Las Vegas. And coming into this game in NCAA play, he's hit 19 of 23 from the line. 81% for the year. His this year with a shoulder injury. Slow coming around, but has been the starter down the stretch, starting 19 games for Williams. Dalton will now come back in, and Graham with his 4 fouls will sit down.
John Thompson really uses that bench nicely, and he's got such an arsenal over there.
They're all role players, aren't they? Specialists.
Well, he has Wingate sitting down there. He still has a great offensive player. Probably saving Wingate to when he goes into the late game.
Dennis had that ball almost taken away, and a foul will go on Fred Brown. Michael Young, Bill, he's working so hard off the ball to try to get away from Brown. Brown is sticking to him very, very tough.
Pete Geddes has not been able to get away from Williams, and I would imagine the next time down the court, Franklin will take that ball back over again.
That foul going on Brown was his 3rd. Michael Young, who struggled from the line all year long, shooting 65%. He has 12 points. Ewing is there. Less than 7 minutes to go. Oh, that was blocked by Young. It'll be off of Michael Young.
I'm surprised he took that shot.
I think John Thompson is too. He's up over here.
He's motioning to him to pass that ball back out. They don't need a shot from the deep corner.
Here's Dalton, who came back from that severe knee injury, just reconstructed his knee. He has specially built tennis shoes. They're laced all the way up on his foot. There's a reach in by Young. Saved by Franklin. 9 turnovers against Georgetown. They can cut it to 5. And do.
What Georgetown's got that tough decision to make now, Gary. Are they going to try to hold the ball and cut some clock down, or are they going to try to keep scoring? They're getting in that no-man's land territory.
Ewing again. Such patience as he brings it back out.
You don't attack every once in a while, you get yourself in trouble.
Williams is fouled by Michael Young. That's his 2nd personal foul.
Isn't it amazing what freshmen can do? And you think a few years ago they weren't even eligible to play in the varsity team. Michael Young made sure that shot didn't go down.
Williams will go to the line. Good free throw shooter. Williams with 16 points, 7 rebounds. And he doesn't miss very often from that line. Good foul now, going over, trying to settle him down a little bit. Brown is like the coach on the floor in the estimation of John Thompson.
When you have good technique, sooner or later you get to that line, you're going to make it.
6-point lead for Georgetown. 5:57 left in the game.
It's amazing also talking about freshmen. Williams doesn't even seem to be concerned that this is the national championship. Very composed.
That was Ewing who blocked it from behind. That shows you how quickly he can come over. His 3rd block of the game.
What I'm wondering about is why Franklin is no longer taking the ball one-on-one.
Michael Young, partially blocked. Georgetown might not be in any hurry now with 5.5 minutes to go and a 6-point lead.
What Dalton's given Georgetown is a little bit more experience, and he's going to go down in that corner. He's a good target to pass to, and he's not going to look to try to make a one-on-one move. So gives John Thompson a much more solid club.
Houston asks for a timeout. They will have 2 remaining. Both teams have 2 remaining.
You're watching Classic Madness on ESPN Classic.
The NCAA thanks its corporate partners who dedicate financial resources, talent, and expertise to help emphasize the vital role intercollegiate athletics plays in society and in the overall development of student athletes. The support of higher education by these outstanding corporate citizens also provides funding for NCAA youth programs and NCAA championships. The NCAA and its corporate partners, together building a better experience for our student athletes.
Now available for the first time ever on home video, the best of the Dean Martin Celebrity Roasts.
Good night, who are you honoring?
Jokes, jabs, insults, and put-downs. That's what made these roasts hilarious and makes this tape a must-have for your video library.
Johnny Carson is a comedian who is seen every night in millions of bedrooms all over America. And that's why his last wife left him.
This tape features over 50 stars and over 100 minutes of the funniest, most outrageous laughs ever seen on television.
How sweet it is.
She wants to dye her hair back to its original color, but she can't remember.
It takes many years to be a great comedian. Sure does. You ain't reached that year yet.
You know, some footballers never have a night like this. Those are the lucky ones.
Call now to order the best of the Dean Martin Celebrity Roasts for only $19.95. It's not sold in any store, so call and order right now.
I have a gift for you. I've been authorized to give you the shirt off my back. Stay tuned to see how you can get this.
I read Details magazine because it keeps me sharp on what's coming out.
Music, fashion, it's all here. They know what guys want.
Details man is
someone who loves women. Can't get enough of them.
Details is America's leading young men's magazine. Call now to get 12 issues for just $1 each. That's 58% off the cover price. Subscribing is definitely the way to go, especially since by calling now you'll get this cotton detail shirt free. 12 issues for $12. Free shirt, free phone call.
Sounds hot. Sounds great. And now you're turning me on.
Call now and you'll receive this cool cotton shirt from Details. Free. It'll look great on you. Or an unexpected guest. So call, why don't you? It's free. Take advantage.
Call 1-800-754-0077 for this free offer.
Look at Pearl dribbling. Pearl stops. And makes it! Showed it all. It's inside of 20 seconds on a 45-second clock. The Pearl goes to work. He's got it! Absolutely sensational.
Gary, I heard a lot of people ask the question, which guy would you take first if you had the first pick in the draft? And I thought that Sam Bowie came up with the best answer I've heard all along. He said, if you give me the first pick, I'm going to give it back to you. Then I'll take the second pick, and we'll go to war, and it'll still be a Mexican standoff. Good answer.
Both these guys, Akeem and Ewing, have indicated they will come back for their senior season. 66-60, Georgetown to the lead. 5:18 left. 2 timeouts left for both ball clubs. Both teams are shooting free throws. He has 10 points.
Very much underrated offensive player. That was a good spin move. Man-to-man now. Georgetown sticking right with him.
Basket by Ewing, his first points of the second half. Hold inside against Georgetown.
That's against Brown.
Yep, his fourth.
Not a smart play at all by Fred Brown. You don't want to foul at this point. You want the clock to go ahead and work its way down, and John Thompson letting Fred know about it. In that particular play, though, Gary, you saw where Franklin did have the ball back in his possession.
Michael Young at the line. He's missed his only attempt thus far. Here comes Wingate back in, and Brown will sit down. And John Thompson, I'm sure, will sooner or later have something to say about that foul as Dickens will come back.
I don't think you have to say anything. You walk by John and he doesn't say something to you. You got the point.
Well, Young able to hit his first free throw of the game. Yeah, I think you're right. He gets his point across without saying anything.
Fred's down there, and he's not arguing about it either.
So Michael Young hits both of them. It's back to a 6-point lead for Georgetown. Boy, he's so smooth, isn't he?
Williams.
Right now, Williams floating through the air with 19 points.
With Wingate and Williams out there, Georgetown has 2 slashing fellas that can really penetrate to the basket. And here's Franklin on the clear out.
That's been the play, and another foul, and you wonder where that's been for a while.
Well, I'm sure that Guy Lewis was resting him, but maybe he took a little bit too many possessions to get back out there at the top of the key, because Geddes really couldn't create anything there. Good move. This is the 4th time tonight he's taken his man to the hole with a little pump fake and been able to score.
Jackson committing the 3rd foul. In this half, Billy, are you ready for this? Houston's at 10 of 11 from the line. Maybe.
11 for 12.
They are down under a lot of pressure, going to come through at the free throw line. 5-point game. Benny Anders getting ready to come in for Houston.
Oh, a dangerous pass.
Winslow almost picked it off.
Winslow really rushing around the court. He's got a lot of that Clyde Drexler in him. He's got great quickness, leaping ability.
Here's Graham again and changed his shot. Now that shows you something.
He is a left-hander, and I think he surprises everybody. They don't remember that he is.
But he's been slamming him in. This time he laid it up with nice touch. Dickens.
Big shot there.
First 2 points of the game for Dickens. 3:44. It's getting down now to where Houston's got to make their move now.
Williams is so cool over there.
Wingate way outside the Jackson. 3.5 minutes to go.
It's tough to chase when you spread the court out this way. Here comes all the way over to Jackson. That's a well-drilled team against the 1-3-1 trap because Graham just holds his ground, waits for the ball to be rotated.
Graham with 14, 10 of those coming in the second half of play.
We may be talking about Graham as the MVP of this tournament. No freshman has ever won that.
Foul on Georgetown. Going to go on Reggie Williams, his second. Here comes Benny Anderson. He played in that first half. Hit 2 of 2 from the field.
And, of course, he's going to be able to give good size and quickness to start chasing. What Guy Lewis probably figures is Winslow's getting a little tired.
And that is Winslow who sits down. So Dickens, Anders, Franklin, Young, and Akeem in the lineup.
It was Winslow's side in which Graham was able to go ahead and get that dunk. So Winslow, when you wear down, you start chasing, you just can't get back to your spot.
Officials being sure that everyone checked in correctly. Franklin at the line. Franklin having a brilliant game with 21 points.
Franklin went to the line, and it was Akeem that's supposed to be on the line. Officials wisely changed.
So Akeem will have to shoot the 1-and-1 instead of Franklin. He tried his best, didn't he? Makes no difference. The big guy's right there.
Is that 12 of 13?
That's exactly right. 15 points for Akeem. 68, Georgetown, 2:55 to go.
Houston has to start thinking about fouling now. Going to have to commit some fouls. They would have been smart to foul Ewing the minute he touches that ball. Or Graham.
And that is Graham being fouled by Michael Young.
That should be a 2-shot call.
That's what they're calling. Booker Turner agrees that'll be an intentional foul.
Young is a very experienced player, and if he'd been going after the ball, Gary, he would have been able to have a 1-on-1 situation.
Georgetown trying to win their 11th game in a row. Their 21st win in their last 22 as Graham goes to the line.
Georgetown, a member of the Big East. The Big East Conference has not had a national championship. And matter of fact, the Southwestern Conference has not had a national champ either.
Graham with 14 points. There's another one coming.
There's the difference between the 1-and-1 and the 2. He's still on that line.
2 minutes, 37 seconds left to go. He missed both of them and leaves the door open.
It's up to Franklin to get that ball down quickly. As Georgetown changing their defense a little bit, trying to put Wingate out on Franklin to occupy him and back in his zone.
Akeem, and we're going to have a hell ball, and it will go to Georgetown.
Williams. Patrick Ewing was coming right on over to try to block it if Williams hadn't been able to get a hold of it. Akeem spins. Good play by Williams. He had all ball, and there was Patrick Ewing coming over for the block.
Wonder how many times Reggie Williams has tied up a 7-foot center like that. Substitutions now have come into the ball game. Bill Martin is in. Foul on Dickens.
And this is going to be the tail of the tape right now. Georgetown's going to have to go the line the rest of the game. And one of the areas, Gary, that I think the Rules Committee is going to take a serious look is in college basketball to change the rules, stating that a coach will have an opportunity to take the ball out of bounds as opposed to shooting the fouls to eliminate all of the fouling at the end of a ball game.
Houston would love to have that option. Now, Guy Lewis asks for a timeout. He has one left. 2:16 to go. Georgetown, who 2 years ago lost the championship game, leading this one now by 6.
Hi, I'm Oscar Robertson, and you're watching ESPN Classic.
This man has a secret. It's a secret that'll give you the edge in your career. Sculpt your body and take your love life to new heights. What's the secret? It's Men's Health. Every issue brings you tons of useful stuff on the topics that matter most to men, like how to build amazing abs, lose weight fast, slash your cholesterol 30 points in 30 days, plus have great sex every day until you die. Call now for your free trial issue. Get the latest health breakthroughs, answers to your intimate questions, plus step-by-step exercise posters. Discover what women want and why they have men spinning in circles. Call now for your free trial issue of Men's Health. Keep it and get a full year for just $21.97. You'll also receive 3 free guidebooks: Quick and Healthy Cooking for Men, Burn Fat, Build Muscle, and The Men's Health Guide to Ultimate Intimacy. Don't delay. Call now for your free trial issue and 3 books. Get in on the secret.
Call 1-800-883-5995 now.
Do you like to draw, or paint, or maybe just sketch and doodle? Well, if you do, chances are you have the interest needed to become a serious art student. To find out, simply call toll-free, and Art Instruction Schools will send you this enjoyable art test. There's no cost or obligation. Take the test at home in your spare time and mail it to us when you're done. Our experts will review and grade your test. Call our toll-free number today for your free art test. Don't let the wonderful world of art pass you by. To get your free art test without cost or obligation, call this toll-free number. Don't delay. Call this toll-free number now. Call 1-800-883-5995. That's 1-800-883-5995.
Classic Madness continues with Houston versus Georgetown on ESPN Classic.
Georgetown 74, Houston 68. Georgetown close to their 34th win of the year against only 3 losses. The free throw line will be the Hoyas when we come back. And it looks as though Fred Brown has come back in and has for Georgetown.
Benny Anders stays out there in the lineup with Dickens and Franklin. Mentioned the Southwest Conference hadn't had a national champion in basketball, but kind of interesting. Houston has had 14 national championships in golf. Yesterday, Freddie Couples, Houston grad,
won the TPC. Olajuwon in the second half, Billy's played over 10 minutes, 10:06 with 4 fouls.
He's played on the court, but he really, with the exception of that one great sequence defensively, hasn't been the Akeem Olajuwon that's the ultimate defender. He has not had an opportunity to really go after the ball, and I wouldn't blame him.
You see Georgetown in the background now has dropped back to both Ewing and Graham. 76-68.
John Thompson doing a wise thing here. Just giving enough phony pressure to make it hard for Houston to get the ball down the court quickly. Then he drops back in the 2-3 zone.
Dickens will hit one there earlier and nails another one. That's it to 6 with 2 minutes to go.
Still a lot of time. A foul right there and be wise on Brown. Foul.
Brown is only a 64% free throw shooter.
Very smart move by Dickens.
3rd foul on Dickens.
What you have to remember also, Freddie Brown's got to have working in the back of his mind, way back there somewhere in the subconscious, to play against North Carolina. So he's a good guy to put on that line.
He would like to win this championship. You know, he said that John Thompson helped him so much to overcome the adversity of the past that he threw to Worthy and lost the game 2 years ago.
It was interesting the way John throws you off balance. Freddie hits it. John throws you off balance. After everybody started having compassion for Freddie Brown, a couple of weeks later he said, "We're not going to try to make any hero out of you. You made a bonehead play."
Brown gets both of them to go down. He has 4 points for the game. Back to an 8-point lead with a minute 56.
That's a redeemer for Fred. Dickens showing some rules. He got fouled.
They're going to call the foul on Wingate. His fourth.
Dickens showing what an outstanding athlete he is. He'd be playing lead guard for an awful lot of teams in college basketball.
Yeah, Dickens, a junior, out of Houston, as so many of these players are. He went to Madison High School. Free throw shooting 60% for the year. He came in very briefly, played a half a minute Saturday against Virginia. 3 players now for Georgetown with 4 fouls. Wingate, Brown, and Graham.
Houston just won't quit. Georgetown doing an excellent job, not only with their substitutions, but everybody has a good handle on what they're trying to accomplish.
They just keep bringing in waves of players. Brown coming out of there. Martin is in the game. Reggie Williams is in there.
You're not looking at any seniors there either, Gary.
Ewing with a rebound. 7-point lead, a minute 46. 8 rebounds for Ewing. That's going to be a charge on Jackson.
There was a little sliding underneath. John Thompson can't believe that one. I'd have to agree with him.
That's another player for Georgetown with 4 fouls. Jackson with his 4th.
This score was a little closer. You'd have seen Coach Thompson a little upset. Now watch this. He slid right underneath Jackson.
Houston can't take a lot of time with a minute 36. Dickens inside. Boy, he's quick, isn't he? And that one was thrown away. 13 turnovers.
Dickens did what you have to do. Penetrate on inside. Hope you can get off something. You can't take time to get the perfect shot.
Again, they bring Williams and Martin in. John Thompson filtering people back and forth.
He wants his foul shooters on the floor right now.
Jackson ducked his head and brought it across the line. That's Dickens batting it out of bounds. Up to 23.
How well Jackson sits down when he dribbles. We mentioned that on Saturday. Tough to take the ball away from him.
It's been a complete game by the Georgetown team.
They're back in their little 4 corners type offense now that Houston is a straight man-to-man.
Effective on the boards. Foul as Wingate goes in. They have been able to shoot a good percentage. They've used their depth very well. They have 4 players with 4 fouls. That's really stringing those fouls out.
Never becomes a real problem when you have good depth. There's Guy Lewis sitting over there. Been here 3 times in a row in the Final 4. And
he might be back a 4th year.
And could come back to 4th year, but it looks like 3 in a row. He's not going to have an opportunity to go home with that brass ring.
Houston got off to a remarkable start. They had an 8-point lead, hitting their first 7 shots.
That'll be 2. Franklin had a chance to foul Patrick Ewing. Instead, goes over and commits a 2-shot foul.
That's twice that's happened. Earlier, Michael Young did the same thing. So with a minute 5, conference with John Thompson. John, 2 years ago, just short of beating North Carolina, but now very close to winning that coveted title.
I'd say he's closer than very close. I had a great talk this morning with Coach John Wooden. Been here so many times in the national championship, won 10 national crowns. Think about his record in the Final 4. Then a fellow like John Thompson with such a great record wins his first one or has a chance. John Wooden was 21-3 in the Final 4 in his career.
8-point lead, less than a minute to go. Anders, fouled by Ewing. That's 4 on Patrick. 5 players now for Georgetown with 4 fouls. And Billy, if there were 3 or 4 minutes in this game, they have to use all that depth.
Well, Patrick Ewing, I'm really surprised he went out there that far to get Benny Anders. There's no need to try to worry about blocking a shot now. He needs to be in under there and rebound. You don't want to stop the clock.
What they're doing is they're moving Brown and Graham, exchanging them for Williams and Martin, depending on whether they have the ball or playing the defense.
He's got his defenders, and he's bringing in his best foul shooters. The fellow that first started doing that I saw, doing it effectively, was Terry Holland, going back about 5-6 years ago.
2 free throws for Benny Anders.
That's the see a fella put one up long and short. Still pumped up.
A couple opportunities that got away, and a foul against Houston.
Dickens reaching in, and now it's just a walk down the court.
Guy Lewis said we tried to improve our free throw shooting. We even brought Calvin Murphy in, the great player in the pros, and he said after he worked with us, we're even worse yet. So it's been something that has deserted them all year long, and there were two more big misses.
When you have great athletes and they want to work on it and concentrate, they could improve their free throw shooting. It's not that they have such bad techniques, but you watch them in practice, sometimes they just not concentrating.
Priorities. Houston sensing defeat.
Not quite Steve Alford from Indiana, but Jackson's a pretty good man to have on that line. And John Thompson telling all of his fellas, no fouls.
Very calmly, Jackson adds two more. It's a 10-point lead with 52 seconds. Michael Young, haven't heard much from him for a while. That's a tough shot. That's got it up in the rafters.
Over Patrick Ewing.
Young with 18 points, the reach around foul. John Thompson will be the winning coach. It appears with 39 seconds, and we'll have a post-game interview. Guy Lewis as well.
John from D.C., played for Joe Mulaney at Providence, then for Red Auerbach, a man that he counts on a great deal with the Boston Celtics, assistant coach to Dean Smith in the '76 Olympics. He is a guy that learns from a lot of people and has put together quite a program.
You see who is here tonight? Bill Russell, who he played behind in the Boston Celtics, a good friend of John who lives in the Seattle area. Got to be happy. John Thompson, the winner, and Bill Russell's daughter goes to Georgetown. 82-73. 14 points for Wingate.
Now, John's doing something I've never seen him do before. He's standing up, and he's very, very nervous. He's telling guys what to do. He normally is not like this. Don't tell me he isn't losing his cool a little bit with his championship coming.
10-point lead.
He normally tries to play very cool, but he's going crazy now.
Follows his own shot. Look out. Rebound by Young. Patrick is there with a little impressive move on his part. 18 seconds.
And Graham wanted to lob, and Wingate didn't dare throw it over there. John Thompson just walked out and shook hands with Dave Davitt, the commissioner of the Big East. John Thompson is now, in his own way, lighting that Red Auerbach cigar.
The first national championship for Georgetown. Weaver now comes into the ball game, and Houston is going to come up short again. For 3 years they've been in the Final Four. Somebody said earlier this week, Billy, only one team is going to come out of this happy the whole year. And look at the guy that's happy. It's John Thompson.
And the man that he's hugging, Freddie Brown. Remember what 2 years difference makes.
The past is long forgotten right now by Fred Brown.
You know what's interesting with that picture? He was hugging him when he made the big mistake, too.
Yep. John Thompson is an outstanding man. He emphasizes life after basketball, and here comes Ewing out. Dalton is in.
Patrick Ewing goes down, and Gene Smith, the last man he slaps hands with. There's the smile everybody's been asking for.
Ewing with 10 points, 9 rebounds, 3 block shots, and a very unselfish game.
The only way he knows how to play. There's on the other end, as we see every year in this tournament, a lot of heartache. Akeem Olajuwon still hasn't tasted it.
Reed Geddes, 3 times he's been at the Final Four, twice in the championship game.
I can't get over John still coaching here. And he's not looking for attention. It's just nervous energy flowing for him.
Georgetown will finish the year 34-3, winning 11 straight down the stretch. First team ever to come out of the Big East as both regular season champions and conference, or should say tournament champions. A lot of new people in now. Gary Orsak, number 31. Will lean in. Georgetown. That's the ball game. The national champions. The 1984 NCAA championship in an impressive fashion, 84-75. Houston, the loser, only in this game. Still an outstanding season for Guy Lewis.